TV here with K2's Tom Loeffler making his debut. Tom, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine, having to answer all these questions. How does it feel being in London?
It's great. It's great being here. You know, we've wanted to come to bring Gennady here for a fight before, and we just had to give Carl Froch a lot of credit. I mean, he's the one that actually signed the contract to make this fight happen. And Gennady, it's very unusual for a champion as popular as he is, especially in America, to come over and defend his titles in the challenger's home country. And you know, Carl Froch is moving up to middleweight, but Gennady's coming and fighting him in his own country. So it's you got to give both guys a lot of respect. Both guys are undefeated champions. Both guys don't know how to lose, and I think that's why the fans have reacted the way they have. It took the boxing world by surprise when we made the announcement, and now you see Fight Week. It's at a fevered pitch. The tickets sold out in one day. And it's going to be shown in over 100 countries, and it's really become the most talked about fight of the year.
Okay, let's cut across all the conspiracy theories, and let's get straight to the point. You're in the UK.
Yeah.
It's no secret that there are other middleweights in the UK.
Yes. And super middleweights.
Yes. Is this a ploy? Because the pound is pretty strong. Is this a ploy by K2 Promotions to get Gennady over here to first fight Brook, successfully beat Brook, and then call out Billy Joe Saunders, Chris Eubank Jr., and then possibly move up to super middleweight?
Well, I don't think it's a ploy at all. I think it's look, Gennady has always wanted to fight in the UK. He's an international fighter. He fought 3 times in Monaco. You know, we were talking about the Carl Froch fight not too long ago. You know, Carl was posting photos. You know, he's too big and too strong for Triple G. So you know, look, Carl's a great fighter. Sold out Wembley Stadium. I think 80,000 fans, if I remember correctly from what Carl says. But no, in all seriousness, we have to give Carl Froch a lot of credit. You know, after the last fight with Gennady, you know, Canelo was mandated to defend his WBC title against Gennady, and he vacated the title. He went down. He's fighting Liam Smith. Then he wanted to unify with Billy Joe Saunders. That's been Gennady's dream of unifying all the titles. And then you know, that didn't go very far. I think Billy Joe thought he was going to get the Canelo fight, so that's why he was thinking that he would go that direction. And then it looked like the Eubank Jr. fight was going to happen. So I don't think there's any ploy. It's just it literally is. It came down to who signed the contract.
Okay.
And Carl Froch, we give him a lot of credit. He saved the day, and Eddie Hearn did, because otherwise, you know, the backup plan was Gennady be fighting in Los Angeles right now on HBO. But this is clearly a much bigger event. It's the biggest international event that Gennady's been involved in, and you see the reaction for all the international fans and the media.
Every interview I do with Abel Sanchez, he always mentions Carl Froch's name. It's like he's got an axe to grind Carl Froch. Is this something that we don't know? Is there a possibility that fight could happen?
Oh, I think, look, Carl is retired, but Eddie keeps telling me he's always training, he's always staying in shape. So, you know, it's when you have a fighter that was at Carl's level, to make a fight like that at super middleweight would be a tremendous matchup too. Right now, Gennady's focused on Carl Froch. If he's successful on Saturday, it opens up the doors. And if my understanding is Carl's going to actually be there. So if he sees how much bigger he is than Gennady, maybe that'll inspire him to come out of retirement.
Okay, come. Abel says if there's enough money on the table, the fight can happen. I'm trying to push you here in this, right?
Oh, absolutely. From our side, absolutely, the fight can happen. You know?
Is it something that, I know you said the fight could happen.
Yeah.
Has there been any indication that Carl would bite at the fight?
Yeah.
Has there been an indication?
Oh, has there been an indication? Well, outside of him being active on social media, and it sounds like, from what I understand, he's been somewhat critical of Gennady and, you know, his pound for pound ratings and everything like that. But look, if we can make that fight, it's good. But the same thing with Eubank. You know, Carl has to sign a contract. You know, that's between Eddie and him. And certainly, if he did come out of retirement, it would be a massive fight. It'd be a massive fight. He'd probably sell over 80,000 tickets if he fought Triple G.
James Bashir, trainer of Alexander Usyk and very close to Bayloric TV channel. The fight next week, as you know, K2 Alexander Usyk.
Yeah, absolutely.
That fight not getting as much coverage as it should be getting, because that's a huge fight.
I'll tell you, Usyk versus Głowacki is probably one of the best fights of the year. The way Głowacki was able to beat Hook in the U.S., he took his title from Hook. Usyk is a gold medalist from here, from London, in 2012. Undefeated, only 9 fights, but probably one of the most talented fighters that I've ever seen. And that's not getting the same coverage.
Yeah.
But it's clearly, for the fight fans that watch it, it's clearly one of the best matchups of the year.
Why has it not been covered? I mean, it's a huge fight. You know, you've got an undefeated guy that's got a good pedigree, really good pedigree.
Yeah.
You've got Glowacki, who's beat the best cruiserweight in the world.
Yep.
I mean, why
Well,
not?
it's certainly huge in Poland, and I know in Ukraine, Usyk is a national hero over there.
Pop star almost.
So maybe not the same international
Yeah.
coverage, but clearly it's going to be a massive event in Poland. In Ukraine, everyone's going to be watching that fight. And I just think, you know, that the cruiserweight division hasn't gotten the same spotlight as some of the other divisions. But whoever wins that fight is going to shoot right to the top of the cruiserweight division. They're both undefeated guys. And look, Bashir is a great trainer. He brings a lot of experience with him to Usyk. And I think that'll be a tremendous fight. I'm somewhat biased on that. I think Usyk will win the fight, but look, like you said, Głowacki beat the best cruiserweight at the time, and can't take anything away from him, because he shows no fear in the ring, a lot of confidence, and great boxing skills.
Finally, I know you talked a lot about Klitschko Fury. A month ago, before the big one, promotionally, is that ideal in terms of trying to get ticket sales and you know, what's K2 side feeling about all this? I mean, the fight's just been announced. It's almost underwhelming, the promotion for it. So, what are your thoughts about it?
Vladimir's just wanted to get back in the ring with Tyson since he lost his titles. You have to give Tyson a lot of credit. He went to Germany. He won the fight. Took titles from one of the most dominant fighters in the sport of boxing. He was the second longest reigning champion behind the great Joe Louis. I mean, an icon of the sport of boxing. So Tyson was a massive underdog going into that fight, especially going to Germany. And since winning, you know, the fans want to see, is he really the best heavyweight champion, or was it a bad night for Vladimir? And that's what Vladimir wants to show, is that he's still the best. You know, before, if you asked, you know, last year, there was no question who's the best heavyweight, Vladimir Klitschko. Now you have Anthony Joshua. Now you have Deontay Wilder. Now you have a lot of life in the heavyweight division. Tyson Fury, you know, can make a claim, certainly, to be the best heavyweight out there, and that's why the rematch is a highly anticipated rematch, and Vladimir wants to take his titles back as quickly as he can.
Final question. Should Klitschko lose the rematch, will K2 encourage him to continue boxing, or will it be the end of the Klitschko era?
Look, that's Vladimir's always made his own decisions. He's had or has one of the most storied careers in boxing, when you have so many heavyweight championship title defenses, when you had such a long reign as a heavyweight champion. So that's really would be his decision what he does, but he's clearly not even considering. I mean, his slogan is "failure is not an option," so he's not even considering the possibility of not winning that fight. He's 100% confident that he's going to be victorious on October 29th, and he's going to become the heavyweight champion of the world again.
Tom Loeffler, thank you so much for talking to Bayloric TV.
Thank you.